This is your brother John with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I want to welcome you to the ride, man, and let y'all know we appreciate y'all. Hold on, let me unmute my mic so that y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I hope it's all good. All right, so yeah, we up and running. Put it in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me on Facebook. I know you can hear me on the radio loud and clear, so thank y'all for tuning in. Again, this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT. And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool. And we appreciate y'all. Again, we thank y'all for all that y'all do. And this is the part where we ask what's good. And so what's good with you? Let us know. Let me know what's good with you. Put it in the chat. How y'all feeling this morning? What's good? What's all happening? What's cooking? How you feeling? Maybe do a one-word check-in. Let me know how you feeling on this What's on Your Mind Wednesday. What's on Your Mind Wednesday is an opportunity for you to engage. As always, you can give us a call, 727-637-2416, and you can join us and have this conversation with us. I'm gonna need y'all to call today too. I'm getting started by myself, so the rest of the team ain't here yet. And so call them, tell them wake up, no more sleeping in bed, and get on in here, y'all, and let us know what's happening with you, what's good with you. Hoping everything all right, of course, making sure that everybody good. But again, you can do 727-637-2416, and you can actually join the conversation and listen in. The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. There's a couple ways that you can do that. You can listen on the TuneIn Radio app. So you can go to the app and actually find WUJM. You can go online. I think my wife listens online. She like to listen to us on the internet. So you can go to 99jamstheberg.com. You'll be able to listen live there as well. And then you can also catch us on Facebook because we're on Facebook at the same time. So facebook.com/Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and you'll be able to tap in, y'all, and let your voice be heard. Include your voice in the voices of the many. We also want to give a shout out to Don J, man, 99 Jams family. So shout out to Don J, Tony Charles, Sister Hughes. Thank you for all that you do for the community. Sister Hughes is, of course, a legend, man. Total Praise Gospel Program. Also want to give a shout out to the Old School Flavor Show with Super Dave. I think he does Tuesdays and Thursdays. And, man, if you haven't checked out the Old School Flavor Show, you doing yourself a disservice, man. You missing it. King Royce, what's good, man? I see you. Negus is tuning in, man. Tag the co-host, man. Let them know we up. Shout out to Legal Talk as well with Michelle T. Fanger. Haitian Radio with Dr. Morency. We also have DJ Iron Lion. He has a wonderful program on 99.1. Danny D, we appreciate you, man. Sniper R1, Z-Man. Definitely Franco Silva on the Latin side. We also have Pastor Sykes. What's at stake? Adrian West. If it ain't one thing, it's another. And of course, we have an extension of the Breakfast Club, one of the 8 kings. King Jab, the voice of the people. And definitely want to give a shout out to the entire 99 Jams the Berg family, man. So I thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. And if you like to support, you can do that by going to www.99jamstheberg.com. You can leave a contribution, man. Let us know that you appreciate what we're doing over here at the community radio station. So we're going to get into a couple quick announcements. So the canvas that we had planned for this weekend, let me just give you the backstory. So what we've been doing as a part of our outreach for District 7 as a council member, recently appointed. Can't say recently appointed anymore. That's like saying the new 99 Jams morning show. But as being on council, one of the things that I'm big on, y'all know this just from me being me. I'm big on community outreach, and I'm big on engaging and talking with people, and so we continue in that pattern of continuing to get out in the streets, knock on doors, being where the people are so that we can get them the information that they need. And they can also give us information about what's going on in the community. What are the top issues? What are the challenges? What they're facing and all of that good stuff. And so we're excited about that. However, this month's community canvas, thank you for joining us. This month's community canvas and cookout has been canceled due to some unforeseen circumstances. And so, we got to cancel it. We're going to be doing it again next month. So
it's supposed to be raining anyway.
Is it supposed to be raining?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Oh.
I can hear you. You can't hear yourself?
Nah.
Now you see what we be dealing with when we on that side. Welcome to the ride.
welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, they said.
How you say it around the world?
Bonjour. What's your favorite one? Sayubona.
Sayubona. Fawabona. Gotta say it with your teeth.
Sayubona.
Fawabona. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that's the Zulu.
Wait, I don't like this angle.
I like the Zulu. Yeah. Turn. Get on around.
I mean, I'm right here now.
Get on around. I don't know why it went out too. Maybe we lost some internet.
Don't worry, because we're gonna switch spots.
We're gonna switch spots at the break. No, you got to be here when we start in order to get the captain's chair. No,
it's not the captain's chair.
It's the what chair is this?
It's just the chair.
It's the chair.
It's just the chair because
it's the Kiana chair.
It might be.
It might be the Kiana chair. Okay. All right. Well, look, y'all.
Because you do what you do over here.
Yeah.
And I do what I do over there.
Okay.
And then, so listen, you still gonna do what you're gonna do, so it don't make no sense for you to have to do it all.
Okay.
Many hands make light work.
Many hands make light work. Okay, I'm not really convinced, but come on, get your chair. We finna take.
We gonna.
Come on.
I was waiting till the break, but okay, let's switch it.
Let's switch it right now. Real time. Production.
This is live radio.
It really is live radio, y'all. Yeah, and I can't hear nothing over here. Can you turn me up a little bit, maybe?
You
know what? I'll do this.
I got you though.
Yeah, because you sound good. Don't you? Sound good in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I had to wiggle the cord. Wiggle it a little bit.
You sound good too now.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I sound good over there, but I can't hear myself. All right. Also, just letting y'all know that the community canvas is going to be canceled for this month, so we're not doing it this weekend. And I did hear that it's supposed to rain. My wife been telling me that too. My wife is our resident weather person. She keep me up on all of that good stuff. 60% chance of rain or something like that too. So, but also residents and stakeholders, we've decided to create a business district for 49th Street. And we're having our strategic visioning session on Monday, August the 28th at 6 p.m. at the Gulfport Neighborhood Center, and all are welcome. So we're doing this strategic business district visioning session, and it's not just limited to business owners, because the district actually is going from 2nd Avenue North all the way to 30th Avenue South. And then we're going 6 blocks into the neighborhood on both sides, east and west. And so residents, we're inviting you to come out as well and participate, join the conversation, and share your thoughts, your ideas about what you would like to see the district look like. And so you can join us again on Monday, August the 28th at 6 p.m. at the Gulfport Neighborhood Center. That's 1617 49th Street. So make sure that you tap in, y'all. You can get this information at the St. Pete community calendar page on Facebook as well. We're going to be adding it to D7 Speaks, and so you can go to d7speaks.com. And we're also looking for a web design. I need help building a website, y'all. So if you know anybody who builds websites, have them tag them in the show in the comments, and then have them get at me, because we need somebody to help us with the D7 Speaks website. Because what we want to do with that is make that a hub for information, and really be able to, create a dynamic and robust tool for people to be able to get the information that they need about what's going on in and around the district. And so if you know any website web designers, have them get at me. Last thing on the community side for now, New Deal for St. Pete reunion. Y'all know we talked about it. We launched a campaign back in 2017, New Deal for St. Pete, community-led agenda. And as a part of that agenda, we got a lot of things done. And we inspired a lot of things, like a lot of spinoffs, kind of like, like Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
All in the Family, how they, the Jeffersons kind of spent off of that.
Off of Archie.
Yeah. And so, we got some spinoffs from the New Deal. And we want to talk about some of the work that's been happening, celebrate the achievements while also acknowledging that there's still, a lot of work that needs to be done. But we just want to take a minute and really update and provide space for those who worked on the New Deal campaign to be able to share, what they've been up to, what we've been able to accomplish together. And then, really show that when we work together, we're stronger, we can do more, we can get stuff done. So, yeah.
We St. Pete strong.
Yeah. So that's going to be, we St. Pete strong. So that's Thursday, August the 31st. So that week is going to be big. So we're doing Monday the 28th, and then that Thursday the 31st at 6 p.m. at the Center for Health Equity, 2333 34th Street South. Make sure that you're in the building for the New Deal for St. Pete reunion.
Okay.
All right. You got a would you rather for us?
You know what? Give me like 2 seconds and I will have my would you rather.
All right, cool.
Like, yes. So why you
another real time radio moment?
Yeah, that is a real time radio moment.
Another real time radio moment, and I guess I think I'm losing internet connection. It looks strong on that side, so I'm not gonna trip.
It looks kind of dark over here.
Okay, no, it's like spinning with the little thing in the middle on my screen, but we're gonna keep running through it because again, our radio listening audience can hear us loud and clear, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in, tapping in. Y'all know we've been having like conversations about homeowners insurance, right?
Okay.
And so what we're gonna do is at the after the break, y'all make sure that y'all stick around and tag somebody because we have state rep Michelle Rayner's going to be calling in, and she's doing an event coming up to really give us like a heads up on what's going on with this property insurance.
Because it's crazy.
It really is. And so she's going to tap in. Y'all know we got friends. We got friends everywhere. We got friends everywhere. And so she's going to give us a call and let us know what's happening with the some of this insurance and the ridiculousness of these prices and what's being done or not done at the state level to address it. And so y'all make sure that y'all stick around for that. And yeah, good stuff, man. You know what today is?
Today is Thursday. No, Wednesday.
Getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Wednesday the
16th.
So I know that it's Jason's Bryant birthday, Reggie Bauer's birthday.
Okay. Shout out to JB.
Yeah, today his birthday. Yeah. Today my little cousin Reggie Bauer's
There was a lot of birthdays yesterday too. It was a lot. Yeah.
But you see why though? Like winter so winter, it's the beginning of winter when people got pregnant.
So you going back 9 months. So that's November, December.
Somewhere around there.
Thanksgiving.
So you get
so these August babies is really Black Friday babies.
August, September. You know what I mean?
The winter break babies.
Yeah, like okay. You get it. So you got like the baby, nobody, y'all can't do nothing but stay in the house.
Okay, got
at
it.
one point.
And JB, you've been tagged, man. I see Royce was actually on here earlier. I seen Royce. Thank you, Sharonda, for tagging him, and thank you for doing what you do, making it happen. But yeah.
Yes.
So shout out to the birthdays. And then also today is National Authenticity Day.
Oh, okay.
And it's celebrated on August 16th of every year. And this is a day to recognize. I like this day. This is like right up my alley, right? So
okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me get all this other stuff out the way. But yeah, so National Authenticity Day. This is the day of recognition of the power of authenticity, a term that goes beyond just, quote, being yourself. It's dedicated to people who decide to do things their way rather than simply checking the box. They are not afraid to show off their features, their way of life, which may seem strange to some, and their unusual clothing styles. National Authenticity Day will be a day to celebrate and showcase the most unique and authentic version of yourself, as well as be bold and a little cool. Well, yeah, let me see. A lot is absolutely not allowed, is saying too. So like you gotta like be authentic, but don't go too far.
Oh, so it's rules to it?
I mean, it's rules to everything.
So like I don't know what you can't do, but if it's authentically you,
it says be bold and a little cool. And then it says in parentheses, well, a lot is also absolutely allowed. So yeah.
Oh, so you could be whatever.
Yeah, a lot of you can be whatever. Because it's Authenticity Day.
So yeah, like if you want it, yeah. Because like now people are so creative with everything, right? Like, okay, so usually when I have my nails done, I have my nails certain ways, right? But then I see some people have like long nails on some fingers and then short on the other.
That's authentic.
Which we wouldn't have never done before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all had to be the same size. So people like really pushing
same
the
size,
boundaries.
same shape. Yeah, I remember hair colors was kind of vanilla for a while too. Like I remember when people first started like experimenting with these other colors.
And see, I've had probably I done been around the rainbow.
Okay, when did you like first start and decide? You know what? I'm gonna go with blue today.
My cousin Jermaine colored me blue.
Okay, your natural hair?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Not like a weave or a wig or nothing like that.
No,
your hair.
My hair
was blue.
So Tony cut it.
I remember.
And then I went.
That was like 16 or 17, something like that.
Not that far back.
Okay. 18?
19.
Okay, got
19 going into 20.
Okay,
20,
gotcha.
Yeah.
I got you.
So yeah,
and
I
since
started
then,
out blonde. I started out blonde.
Okay.
I was blue. I was burgundy. I was purple. Why?
Can you tell me why?
Well, I mean, honestly, I liked it.
Which one did you like the best out of all of those colors?
I don't know.
Did the blonde have more fun for real?
Yeah. Nah. But you know, but then I done wore bleach blonde.
What's the difference?
It's a difference. Like you can, because you got like the brown blonde.
Okay.
That people do. Usually my tips are like the brownish blonde. Okay. Sometimes but I done wore like
bleach blonde. I just remember like what the people used to use back in the day? It was like a homemade way you dye your peroxide. Yeah, you can peroxide your hair and turn it. Was that bleach blonde?
No, that didn't go bleach.
What color did it turn when you put peroxide on it?
It went like in the blonde family.
Okay.
It went in the blonde family.
In the blonde family.
Yes, but it wasn't there.
It wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I done did orange. I done been gray.
Sharonda say very dangerous to put on your hair. I'm thinking, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So here you go. I've always been I have a lot of hair.
Peroxide got a lot of uses though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of hair, right? Mm-hmm. And I always figure like its hair is gonna grow back.
Yeah. So that's my philosophy too.
So I done kind of played with it, and then yeah.
You don't like it, you can cut it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, if you cut it, it'll grow back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's been my theory on it.
I got you. You not married to it?
No, but I like my hair though. So, but yeah, but no.
So you have considerations. Cause I know some people like wake up and be like, okay, I'm finna do it. It's gone.
Kind of when I do it, that's like I do it then. If I don't do it when I say, then I might hesitate and then like backpedal.
Okay, gotcha.
But like
so if you get an impulse to do it, you got to move on the impulse.
Just go ahead and then call it a day, and then we'll talk about it later.
I hear that. So here's 3 things that you can do to honor National Authenticity Day, in addition to coloring your hair whatever color you want. It says express yourself creatively. So take this day as an opportunity to showcase your unique style, whether it's through clothing, art, or any form of creative expression. Embrace your quirks and let your personality shine. Share your creations or wear outfits that truly represent who you are without worrying about conforming to norms. That's one of the things that you do on National Authenticity Day. Another one is engage in open conversations. I mean, you think about being authentic, communication, should be authentic too, right? So it says use this day to engage in open and honest conversations with those around you. Share your opinions, ideas, and perspectives without fear of judgment. Authenticity often involves expressing your thoughts even when they differ from the mainstream. We do that every day, right?
We do. I got a good would you rather.
Okay, let me finish this one and then we'll do it.
We can do it, but I got a good one.
Okay, cool. Last thing, try something new. Authenticity is also about embracing new experiences that resonate with your true self. Challenge yourself to do something you've always wanted to do but hesitated because it was different.
So what's something you always wanted to do that you hesitated?
Jumping out of a plane.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we just got to move it forward.
I paid for it too.
Okay. Did I? I don't know if I did.
No, I paid for 2 people.
Oh, yeah, you did. I remember you, but you got rained out or something, right?
Yeah, I watched 6 people jump out.
Okay.
And when we was about to jump, they say...
The 7th and 8th?
Yes. but we was going the highest.
Oh, so that's why they jumped at the lower level. Y'all going all the way up.
I figured if I'm gonna do it, I might as well go all the way.
Go all the way up.
Why not?
I mean, and at that point, what's all like? What is
18,000
more feet?
18,000. So they had 11, 15, 18.
What's 3,000 more feet?
That's how I felt.
Okay.
And I mean, at this point,
you get to fall a little longer. Yeah. Okay. But that didn't happen.
It didn't.
Have you ever done it?
No.
That was okay. That was the day to do it, and it didn't happen that day.
And then it just never like
rebooked and went back.
No, that's what happened. Yeah, I just never rebooked.
So let's rebook. That's on my list. Something that I want to do.
Everybody I know who've done it love it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what made me want to do it too. I talked to King Ree. He did it, and he told me about his experience, and he loved it. And so, yeah, they said whether it's trying a new hobby, speaking up at a meeting, or wearing something you love but thought was unconventional, let your authenticity guide you. Remember, National Authenticity Day is a reminder to celebrate your uniqueness and embrace your authentic self while encouraging others to do the same. So make sure that y'all do that. Would you rather?
Yeah, would you rather?
Okay.
All right, here you go. And I don't even know what I would do.
Okay.
Would you rather people know all the details of your finances or all the details in your love life? That's a good one, right?
Oh. Put yours in the chat, y'all. Would you rather have someone know who is this person that's gonna know?
I don't know.
They're gonna know.
They're gonna know.
They're gonna know. How will they know? They're gonna know. Okay.
Would you rather somebody know all the details of your finances?
Dang.
Or know all the details in your love life? Sharonda say neither.
Yeah, I'm saying neither too.
This is a hard.
I'm on the neither train with this one. Because I know
Shayna she's talking about easy love life.
Easy. That's an easy one. Easy love life. Because see, the thing with love life, it's not just your love life. So it's like, I might be okay with, giving the details, but my partner, I know my wife ain't trying to.
But not even that. Like, just think about
and what does love life consist of?
All of it. Like, so when
it's all the details.
Yeah, so all the details. So all the stuff that like the conversations you don't want nobody to know.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, the time when it got real ugly in there, you don't want nobody to know. Or the time it was just real special and it ain't nobody else's business to know.
That's kind of both now. Like with both of them right now, it kind of ain't nobody business to know all the details of either one of those particular things. I'll go with finances, final answer, because I know my wife wouldn't want anybody to know.
So you want them to know all your finances?
I mean, if I had to choose one of the two, I'd give them the money because my love life is my love life.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my business.
That's your business.
That's my business. Finances, we might be in business together. If you start double clicking, you might see something that we, I'm all right with that. Yeah, Go look at the.
Because
look at the finances. Yeah,
you kind of have to throw your finances out there. Anyway.
I do. Yeah. Yeah, I do. So yeah. My love life. That's. Yeah.
I think I'm with you too. I think it's gonna be my finances.
Yeah.
I want to, I'm already, because I'm already a private person.
Yeah.
Like, no, people don't know, like, you don't know really nothing about my love life looking at social media, listening to me talk on the radio. And I talk about relationships all the time, but you don't know if I'm in one or not.
Yeah.
And so I know that I would be really uncomfortable
with all the details of your love life.
Yeah, I would because like I would. I realized how private I was, and I'm not secretive. I'm just private. Like if you know me, like if you know me, you know me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the old folks used to say, if everybody know your business, you ain't got none.
Yeah.
Something like that. Y'all remember that one? Am I the only one who had older people in my life tell me that? Shayna said, "Child, we know what's his name."
I don't know what you're talking about, Shayna.
Okay, I hear that. So that's would you rather. Let us know what you would rather do, y'all.
Would you rather have your finances or your love life out there in the streets for these people to know your business?
Yeah, you pick yours. I'll go with the finances. Final answer.
I went with finances. Final answer.
Yeah. Today is also National Independent Worker Day. It takes place on August 16th and honors freelancers, independent contractors, small business owners, and others who've decided to work independently. That's a day today as well. So, says here, we live in a society where traditional full-time occupations are the norm, yet the modern workplace is evolving and there's a growing change in the nature of work. Independent workers have been denied national recognition for far too long. That's whoever wrote this article's opinion. The contributions of America's independent workers should be recognized because they embody the ideas and values of our country's Declaration of Independence by exemplifying what we mean to be self-sufficient. And so, you want to know some ways that you can support National Independent Worker Day?
Yeah, go ahead.
Support local businesses. On this day, make an effort to support local businesses and independent entrepreneurs, whether it's buying from a local market, hiring a freelancer. I told you I'm looking for a web designer, or getting your coffee from an independent cafe. Your support can directly impact the livelihood of independent workers. Also, you can share stories. So take an opportunity to share stories of independent workers who inspire you. Do you know anybody who's an independent worker that you're inspired by? Think about it. Use social media to highlight their accomplishments today. Highlight the accomplishments, struggles, and the value that they bring to their fields.
I know a few.
Okay, there you have it. So shout them out today because it's Independent Worker Day. By amplifying their voices, you can contribute to raising awareness about the importance of independent work. And then lastly, learn and educate. Use the day to educate yourself and others about the challenges and benefits of working independently. You can attend webinars, workshops, or online discussions that focus on the gig economy, freelancing, and entrepreneurship. Learning about this aspect of the modern workforce can lead to a greater understanding of its significance. So, National Independent Worker Day is a chance to recognize the resilience, innovation, and self-sufficiency of those who have chosen to work independently. And by taking these actions, you can contribute to their recognition and support.
So everybody around this table is an independent worker.
Yes.
That I look up to. Sharonda.
Okay. Yeah.
You said Chandra.
Yes.
Yeah,
we like rock with independent workers.
So. Yeah, we do. Like we really out here. Royce.
Yeah. Wealth Care. Shout out to Wealth Care.
Yeah. So Kiyata.
Yeah. Now you finna start calling names and you're gonna forget somebody. It's a lot of people.
It is. So hey, listen.
Shout out to
Charge my head, not my heart. You asked me if I knew somebody.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's why I started calling some people.
I got you. It was just the long pause. I forgot that was the question. So I hear that. All right. So y'all make sure that you tag an independent worker and you recognize them, share your stories, and how you've benefited from their work. When we come back, we're going to have a phone call from Michelle Rayner, our state representative. She's going to talk about the insurance. We got the book of the day. We have an Ask Kiana. Like, we got a lot cooking. We're going to talk. We didn't talk about it on Monday, but I want to talk about this thing that DeSantis did in Orlando with the state attorney and what the new state attorney is doing over there, like in his first 100 days. And then the thing that they're doing in Disney, like they tripping over there as well. So we got a lot to talk about, y'all.
But didn't Disney win?
Kinda, but then
okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
So listen, tag a friend.
Yep.
Share the page while you getting the coffee.
Yep.
Then send us some stars, and then come back. We usually say 7 minutes after the hour, but it might be 5. Yeah. So
like what you did.
Yeah. So just be around the neighborhood.
Yeah, stick around, tag somebody. Like you say, go get your coffee, and come on back.
Yes,
we're about to take a break.
We heard that the President and First Lady said that they will come and visit Maui as soon as possible. But I think they are very mindful of the fact that a huge number of resources are required to continue with this search and recovery effort.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Just brushing up on some of my favorite literary classics. Even if a page turner like this isn't up your alley, did you know our libraries offer so much more than classic books? There's also things like passes to local museums. You can download ebooks onto your Kindle device. And super cool things like a team gaming program. Visit your local library and see all it has to offer.
Agape Souls Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulsboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Souls Boutique today.
The things that's already been happening is realtors are calling families who lost everything, offering them to buy their property and their home for pennies on the dollar, just pennies on the dollar. So it's pretty offensive to us that people won't even give us the time to grieve properly. And people's mental health has been diminished in all of this. They've lost everything. People have lost family members. And for them to have that disrespect to come in and already try and buy things up is out of control. So some of the things that I've been doing is gathering all of our community leaders, getting as much resources as I possibly can at the same table so we can speak on how we can prevent these land grabs from happening.
President Biden said Tuesday he will travel to Hawaii as soon as he can, saying he didn't want to interfere with recovery efforts. Tuesday marked 2 years since the return of the Taliban to power in Afghanistan after a failed U.S. invasion and a 2 decades-long occupation. Afghans face spiraling human rights and humanitarian crises made worse by the U.S. refusing to release billions of dollars in Afghan deposits in U.S. banks. And the Taliban's ban on women working in most sectors, preventing the UN and other international aid agencies from delivering services and operating in Afghanistan. Women and girls have largely been erased from public life. This is 24-year-old Hosna in Kabul.
I didn't think the Taliban would take over the country one day, and after they succeeded, their restrictions on women have increased day by day and caused us many problems. As far as I'm concerned, the victory day of the Taliban is the worst day for the people of Afghanistan.
A UN envoy has called on the International Criminal Court to prosecute Afghan officials for crimes against humanity over their treatment of women and girls. According to the UN, more than 1.6 million Afghans have fled the country in the past 2 years, with Pakistan receiving the highest number of refugees, around 600,000. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of Afghans who are employed by American forces or contractors have been awaiting resettlement in the U.S. or for their visa applications to be processed. Many now say they're stuck in limbo. 18-year-old Marwa, whose father worked as a guard for an American NGO, lives with 11 other family members in a tiny rental near Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, as they await news of their U.S. visas and dwindling savings.
Here we only have one room with a kitchen. Our space is very tight. We cannot go back to Afghanistan. My father will be killed. We want to reach our destination as soon as possible to study there because everything is favorable there. We can neither study nor live here and in Afghanistan.
Meanwhile, the Committee to Protect Journalists called on the Taliban to end its persecution of journalists, lamenting, quote, Afghanistan's once vibrant free press is a ghost of its former self. In Burma, at least 32 people have been reported dead after a massive landslide Sunday at a jade mine in the town of Pakan. Several people are still missing while heavy rains have hampered rescue efforts. Burma produces between 70...
What up, though? What's happening?
What it is, though.
What's up? Hey.
Hey.
Okay, just like that. We're back, y'all. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
This is Kiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, a.k.a. See That?
See That.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's cool.
Because smart is the
new gangster.
Baby.
I was watching this Biggie Smalls thing. If you don't know, now you
know.
No. That's what, you got to say no twice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But that was I was just watching Juicy and looking at it. It's like that was the young Biggie. That was like his breakout. It was just like good to see that video in a new unit at the time because I hadn't seen it in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was watching the Juicy video, I was like, okay, yeah, look at Biggie.
And you forget how young he was.
Yeah.
Like, because they were really young.
Yeah, that's what struck me too. Like looking at it, like, oh wow, like he was a kid, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting to see that. And then so it was a part of this Hip Hop 50 programming. 50 years of hip hop. And so they had like Dear Mama, and then they did like a setup for it. They was talking about it at first, and then went into the video, right? And then after that, they had like Biggie Smalls' mom, kind of talking about it, and then it went into the Juicy video. So it was like that thing. So she was talking about her baby, and then they put on Juicy, and it's like, oh yeah, I see the young, version. It was just interesting to see that last night. So yeah, shout out to Biggie Smalls, Tupac, and the 50th anniversary of hip hop.
Because hip hop, 50th anniversary of hip hop, there is a lot of a lot of stuff around it.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're like watching BET. I don't know if y'all watch BET.
I ain't really watching BET like that.
Oh, but so it's everywhere.
Yeah.
BET Heard, like regular BET, they just got a lot of
I
the love of hip hop.
See, I got the poor people package. I don't have like all them premium channels like that.
It's streaming.
Okay.
It's streaming.
But you still we'll talk about that offline.
I'm just saying, no, you can say, like, do you have cable at all?
I got no, I got internet and one of them sticks that got all of the stuff on it.
So you don't have like Bay News 9 or anything like that?
Yeah, because you download the app. And if you download the app, then you can go to the lineup. So I got that.
Okay.
But I don't have like premium channels and stuff like that.
Okay. I do have cable. I do have
We've been
cable.
rocking with Tubi. You do Tubi?
So I will hop on Tubi, but Tubi will make you not like your mama.
Really?
Tubi, first of all, if you watch a Tubi movie,
see,
you don't trust nobody.
There's all kind of stuff on Tubi.
Well, listen, maybe where I'm going.
Okay, your Tubi feed.
My Tubi feed tell me not to trust nobody.
Because I be seeing people like kind of down in Tubi and
no, but they watch Tubi.
Okay,
they watch Tubi.
Yeah, I rock with Tubi pretty. I'm rocking with them pretty heavy lately, especially now that I ain't got no plan no more.
No, but listen,
I ain't got no package. Tubi been it.
Tubi been it. So I watch a lot of Netflix.
Okay.
I have You have Peacock?
I don't have Peacock either. They want you to. I tried to watch Peacock. They wanted me to pay.
So you got to get Peacock.
Okay, I don't. That's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to pay for these services and then be back. Like, I might as well go ahead and get the package.
Okay.
I'm skinny.
What about Hulu?
Don't have Hulu either. They want you to pay. So
you're not using your benefits.
Okay.
Because I have Hulu and
you got it through something?
Sprint. When Sprint before.
Oh man, I wouldn't give Sprint another dime of my money ever in my entire life. I'm with Metro for the longest. We riding too. I'm Metro like, till the wheels fall out. Look, I'm throwing up. I'm Metro. I've been Metro. Metro did me good over the years.
No, so
I left Sprint to go to Metro.
Oh.
I did.
I said, oh.
No, because it was like my family. This was like in 12, 13, 13, 14.
Yeah.
So I'm like 9, 10 years with Metro right now. I'm locked in.
Okay, well, I've been locked in for Sprint, never left, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a part of it is that you used to get Hulu for free. And even though it switched over to T-Mobile now, I still get Hulu for free from Sprint. That was like one of the benefits.
One of the benefits. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't get none of that with Metro, but I get, I got good service. I don't have no problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm learning to read the fine print on a lot of stuff because like we do not really take advantage of like the benefits of having a lot of this. Like our credit cards, we don't know the little extra perks and we don't really pay attention to them. But I love to get like
I just
the
bought
little
some
cash
with my
back,
points.
like boop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or you get your points.
I had some points. I cashed in some points recently. On a credit card. So you right. I didn't realize it. I was in the checkout and it would offer me. It said, "Do you want to use your money or use these points?" I'm like, "Them points."
Yeah, the point. I mean, there's
like,
definitely benefits to
get them
signing
points,
and like knowing the things like American Express. They got a lot of good benefits,
right?
Especially like in the airport.
So are you like a signer upper? Like, so Walmart? I mean, not what Walgreens? You put your phone number in at Walgreens?
Yeah, it's somebody's
you do
number.
That? you use a number?
I use a number.
Because you get the jug at Walgreens if you got a phone number.
You get the jug at Walgreens.
That's like a point-based system, kind of.
Walgreens, CVS.
Ace, I got Ace points. I'm starting to get into the point game.
I don't. Yeah.
The member benefits.
Who go to Ace?
I do. Because it's closer and and it's like not a big box.
Where is Ace at around here?
It ain't around here. It's Pasadena.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the closest one.
But I'm on the west side. So, you know what I mean? I rock with Ace.
Okay.
They got me signed up.
Okay.
So every time I spend a couple dollars, I get a couple points.
Okay.
I feel good about it too.
7-Eleven?
I ain't been to 7-Eleven in a minute.
Yeah, Wawa's.
They got a point program too?
They got a loyalty program.
All right.
Wow. Shells.
Wow.
You save like 5 cents on your gas.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean,
it's like, I guess it's benefits. I remember that was remember the coupon wave? Like everybody was couponing and doing classes on couponing and all of that stuff. That was a big thing at one point.
So listen, at one point you could have got Amazon Prime for free with Metro. Not sure if this is current promo, but check with them because they may have some perks you may not know about.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that.
See, you may not be aware of.
Shout out to 22nd and Tech.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, with that tip of the day.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you really just gotta like,
no.
Yeah, you really need to.
Yeah. All right, so book of the day.
Let's run it.
We're gonna do it. I think we got Rep Rainer's gonna be calling, so we might get interrupted, and if we need to come back, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
But the book of the day, today's book of the day segment is being brought to you by the Barbershop Book Club. Barbershop Book Club helps to motivate kids by offering a free cut and a free book to those who read it aloud while getting their fresh cut. You can follow Central Station Barbershop on Facebook to learn more about the initiative or to donate culturally relevant books to the Barbershop Book Club. And I know they did Books and Birdie, right? Recently. So they've been like, the book club has really been grinding, man. So shout out to Antonio Brown and the work that he's doing to make sure that our babies can read. And today's, look, there we go. I told you, right on cue. So we'll talk about the book of the day after this conversation. Caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, it's me. Hi. Good morning. Hi, this is Michelle Rainer. How are y'all?
Good.
We good. Thank you for joining us this morning. For those who don't know who's on the line, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell the people who we got.
Well, hello, y'all. My name is Michelle Rainer. I am the state representative for House District 62. So that encompasses all of South St. Pete. And then I got to hop over the bridge and cross through somebody else's district to get to the rest of the district, which is parts of Tampa, Brandon, Gibsonton, and a smidge of Riverview.
Ooh, so I don't feel so, look, my district don't feel so big no more.
Well, I believe you are my council member. Yeah. Wait, no, I just moved. So it's now, I think it's Deborah Six Sanders now, but yeah.
Okay,
but yeah, you were my council member though.
Got you. I got you. No, that's what's up. And so we reached out because I saw that you have this upcoming event to talk about homeowners insurance and just like the crazy stuff that's going on in Florida. So tell us about, give us some background and what prompted you to do this event, and then we can talk about the event itself.
100%. So, I think that we all can know that our property insurance, just like the rent, is too doggone high, right? Yes. And we've been seeing, and I've been seeing, even just in the district, people are not able to renew their property insurance. I mean, I had a neighbor come to me. I was outside getting groceries like at 9 p.m. and said, Rep. I need to talk to you about the property insurance. And I said, okay. And, we've had so many special sessions to try to actually get this right. And the Republicans have refused to take our suggestions. And you see, company after company after company pulling out of the state of Florida, saying that they're not going to write policy, saying that, they're not going to make sure that folks are insured. And so, Representative Hillary Cassell from Broward County, she's actually the expert on property insurance, one of the foremost experts in the state of Florida. Okay. She is a Democrat, and she put forth a lot of actual really good solutions that they will tell us off the floor that this is a really good idea, but will not take it and implement it for the people because they rather bail out insurance companies than actually help the people. So I'm bringing Representative Casella from Broward County so she can really kind of walk people through not only like what the current legislation, what impact that has to them in their lives, because she also is a lawyer that represents people against, property insurance companies when they don't want to pay. So she's going to be able to really talk through just not only, hey, this is what's happening, right, but what are solutions that we need to bring? And then how do we empower our people to hold our elected officials accountable in Tallahassee that are passing these laws and these bills that are not, that are harmful?
No, and I hear that because that's like huge, right? And I remember, what was that, last year, there was a special session to that was supposed to be doing something about it. Can you remind our audience of what happened during that special session? Just because I remember that was the whole thing. It was like, yeah, we going in session to do something about property insurance. What did they do, state rep?
So let me tell you what they did. Nothing.
Inquiring minds would like to know.
What they done did.
Nothing. So I will never forget. I was going to that special session. I had been down in Miami for something. So I was getting on the plane and I happened to sit next to someone who is a lobbyist. I'm not going to call their names.
Okay.
And we were talking about this property insurance special session. This particular person is a property insurance lobbyist. And he said, oh, we've already met with the governor and we already have the bill and it's already done.
Ooh.
And I said, well, then why am I going up? I can be at home. And this is an insurance company lobbyist. And what was done is that the long and short of it is that insurance companies were bailed out again in the state of Florida, giving corporate handouts, but also it restricted the ability for people to hold insurance companies accountable when they chose not to pay them for their claims. So it denied people access to the courts and access to justice that they actually needed to have. And it also really, once again, gave insurance companies like a handout because the calculus that was made is that now the Ronald Dion, who is running for president, the calculus that was made is that it was the insurance companies that was going to help bolster his now failing presidential campaign.
Oh, man. Wow.
And he did it on the backs of people.
So basically so just so that I'm clear, I pay for my insurance. Yes. And then I put a claim in. You can buck me and there's nothing I can do.
Correct. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. And so what Representative Cassell is going to do, because this is her area of practice, not only as a state rep, but as a lawyer, she's going to now kind of walk folks through what is their ability to actually litigate and actually be able to get justice. Right. If your roof falls in and they don't want to pay, how do you do that? And so they made it harder for folks to access the courts and to access justice. And also you need to have property insurance, right? Because in case things happen, and most people don't have $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 just lying around that they could, if something happened to their home, that they could self-insure.
Right. And will a part of this be like telling us how we got here? Like, how did we get into this mess with this insurance? Has it just been consistent lobbying from the companies over
right?
You know what I mean? Like, how did we end up in this current state of affairs where, you go because I was actually just talking to somebody the other day, and they were telling me about how they refinanced their home when the rates were lower, and it ended up saving them like $200, $300 a month on their payment. But now they're paying like $500 a month more in insurance, and so that the money they saved on the refi is actually going to insurance, and they back in another spot where they're trying to figure out how to pay their mortgage and keep their home.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons that we got into it. One, it's been 25 plus years of Republicans running the state of Florida. Okay. So when people want to get upset with me, and I say, well, baby, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a Democrat. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah. This ain't got nothing to do with me. You need to talk to the people. But so that's number one. Number two, I think that there has been, and I set my first term on insurance and banking. Okay. And there has been a lack of holding the insurance commissioner, the insurance companies accountable. I remember in the committee that the insurance commissioner would just say whatever he wanted to say. And I would say, oh, well, I have this article right here that says that's actually not true. Wow. And instead of the majority party, which is Republicans, saying, you're right. And I would talk to, and this is not something I would just spring on them in committee. I would talk to the chair and say, listen, this person's coming. He's going to say this, and this. This is not true. They would just give them a blank check just to do whatever they want. Wow. And so I think that there's been a lack of accountability. Also, I think that when we think of it, even the insurance commissioner in different states, the insurance commissioner is an elected position. It's not a political appointee. Okay. And so once again, there's things that we got to talk about. We propose that the insurance commissioner be elected, that the people be able to select who they want. Because if there's an issue, you can vote them out. Like now, you can't do that. This is the people that have been selected, have been political, have been able to do the bidding of whoever is in charge. And so I think there's a lot of reasons that we've gotten here, but also I think it's really just our failure to act as a legislature, And like I said, Democrats and myself and Representative Cassell most certainly, put together a bill in the response to this, the property insurance crisis, and none of our suggestions were taken. And she's going to talk a little bit more about that in depth. And like I said, I'll tell y'all. Listen, y'all know I'm a lawyer. I'm good at my job, but I know what I know and I know what I don't know. Right. I am not a property insurance expert. That's right. So guess what I did? I'm a property insurance expert lawyer here to make sure our people have the knowledge that they need to have.
And when is the event?
So we have two. We have one on the 23rd that's going to be in Hillsborough County, and then we have one on the 24th that is going to be here in St. Pete at Enoch Davis, and I believe we start at 6. Let me look and see. Okay. But we are encouraging everyone to come. We are also going to be streaming it on the internet as well. Nice. But we definitely want people to. So ours starts at 7 p.m. Okay. Enoch Davis on August 24th.
I love that. And if it was a final thing that you wanted to let the people know before you get out of here, what would you tell them?
Listen, we are doing the work, and we're trying to make sure that we are putting power back in your hands. Because at the end of the day, it's great that, and Brother John, I think you could agree with me that we're elected, but this isn't about us being elected. It's really about putting the power back in the people's hands and making sure that they are empowered to make change. We just happen to be of the people who happen to be in elected office. And so I really would just encourage folks to come out. I would encourage folks to really hear what's going on, because I know that there's a lot of noise with these culture wars, but these are the things that are affecting people's pockets and their ability to live. And we got to make sure our people know about it. We got to make sure that they're educated about it. And we got to make sure that they have the ability to make the decisions and change, whether it's not only personally, but also at the ballot box, to make sure that they are able to live, healthy and thriving lives.
I appreciate that. And thank you again. So that's August the 23rd in Tampa. 20.
Yes.
So 23rd
in Tampa. Okay. 24th in St. Pete.
Here at Enoch Davis Center at 7:00.
Yes.
And would you give us a call next week to remind us? You have to.
I'm gonna call y'all and be like, "What's up?" Yeah. Listen,
just
I know
make sure
I was
that we don't forget. And then because we be saying Thursday, and it's like, nah, that's tomorrow.
Right, I'll be like, no, y'all need to be there tomorrow.
No doubt. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate all that you're doing, and I know it's a fight. I know it's a struggle, but everything we don't get everything we fight for, but everything that we got it with a fight. So thank you for your service.
Exactly.
I appreciate
Thank you so much. Talk soon.
All right,
bye bye.
All right.
These stats is crazy, and the things that people do. Did you hear about? And I know you did. They came out and tried to say that St. Pete was like one of the most dangerous cities. And
oh yeah.
Did you see it?
I saw the headline. I didn't read the article.
So that
what were they talking about?
So we were like, Miami was up there. We were like number 7, or like we're the second
most dangerous city
in the United States. Something like
For
that.
what? Danger? What? A danger of what?
Like, so they were trying to say that we had all these, like they gave us like a 4.6 something percentile of like murders and all. And then, so, Chief Holloway was like, wait, hold on.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That don't make no sense.
And he's actually coming. Look, Shayna said, yeah, but they keep moving here. Ooh, Shayna, hold on. You just made me think of something.
Yeah.
They want us to believe it's dangerous so that we'll leave.
Yes.
And then they move here.
Yes.
That's the gag.
It is.
So,
but really,
so you make the people think, oh my God, this is a dangerous place. Meanwhile, you got your moving van outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we ain't going for it.
No, we're not going for it. So with the numbers that
King Jab said top 5, we beat Chicago.
But but that's what I'm saying. They said it's a lie.
Right.
And they was like, where did you get your information from? I think this last quarter they said we had 4 murders.
Yeah, we got the chief is actually coming tomorrow to do his quarterly report. And I think when I looked at the backup, it might have been like, 4, I think, for the year or something like that.
And that put us like at a 1 point something percentile, not even in the top at all. He's like, wait, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. I call whatever. But no, that's crazy that they would even pull something like that. But, again, it's this all a part of the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of the agenda. They want you to think your place is not safe, and then you leave or you be worried about it, and then they come in and buy for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, they do. It's the hood. It ain't no good. But then then they advertise you can get a house right across the street from the lake.
Yeah, lakefront view.
Yeah. But then they tell us it's the hood. It ain't no good.
Right. Come on, man. All right, so back to the book of the day. We want to give you the book of the day, and I just want to give a shout out to our brother Donnie, the professor, for creating this segment. Right, I got a text the other day from someone who said they sent me a screenshot of a book that we announced on here as the book of the day, and she said, "I found this in my grandfather's things, and I thought I heard y'all talking about this on the show." Right, so she has one of the books that we mentioned on the book of the day. We were talking about countering the conspiracy to destroy Black boys. And she sent me the picture saying, look, I found this book that y'all talked about as a part of
that's what's up.
Yeah. So thank you, Brother Donnie, the professor. He'll be here Friday and we're going to go in. But today's book of the day is Message to the Black Man in America. This is actually a book that changed my life.
Okay.
So Message to the Black Man in America is a seminal work by Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad, where he presents his views on race, religion, and the history of Black people in America. Some of the key takeaways in the book is that Elijah Muhammad emphasizes the importance of Black people understanding our true identity and heritage. He argues that Black people in America have been systematically oppressed and misinformed about our true history, leading to a lack of self-awareness and a sense of inferiority. And this was like in the 60s before like a lot of this stuff was being, before these were popular narratives and conversations. Elijah Muhammad also presents a unique religious perspective that centers on the idea that Black people are the original people of the earth, and he calls for a return to our natural selves and practicing our true religion as Black Americans. He criticizes Christianity's role and its role in perpetuating the oppression of Black people, which has been a controversial topic, right? When we talk about Christianity, one of the things that he talks about in there is how it was used by the slave master to help perpetuate slavery, because it's the interpretation, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not that Christianity in itself is inherently, bad. It's the interpretation or it's the way they taught us Christianity.
It's how you use it. Like it is good and bad in everything that you do, right? And I hear people when they talk about religion and things like that, they look at just the negative or the positive aspect, but and then it was a control. It was definitely a control thing.
They actually had a Negro Bible. Like they had a Negro Bible. You remember when I spoke at the church?
Yeah.
Last month, a couple months ago. That was one of the things that I highlighted to them was that like it was documented that there was a Negro Bible, and it was a Bible that was edited with certain passages removed from it that they thought would inspire the Negroes to rebel. So like a lot of them justice passages, them eye for an eye type verses, like they removed all of that from the Negro Bible and focused on the passages that talks about the relationship between servants and their masters. And that's what Elijah Muhammad, brings to light. Yeah.
Turn your cheek,
Yeah, if they smite you on one cheek, turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
Pray for those who use you spitefully. Serve and obey your masters.
And I don't know if this is in the Bible, but when they go low, you go.
That might be in there too. Yeah. All of that. And they going low as they can go. And want you to, take the high road every time. So,
every time.
And so these are some of the things that he was pointing out. Another one of the points in there was a recurring theme in the book is the need for economic self-reliance. He promotes the establishment of our separate institutions, including businesses, schools, communities that foster self-sufficiency and unity among Black people. Like saying, if, like, for example, what we're dealing with in the current school system.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, like you can teach your children on your own, right? Like you don't have to send them to a school that don't want to teach them who they truly are. Right. And you can start your own school.
I was just watching a video.
Like you can, like, you can do that. Like,
you really can.
Yeah, you can do it. I mean, you don't have to, but it's advisable that you get together with other people who want to do that collectively. And then you start your own schools.
You can.
And that's what he did. He actually pioneered that in the early 30s. He was arrested. Him and his followers were arrested in the early 30s because they wouldn't send their children to public school. They started their own schools. And they were arrested. The leadership of the temple at that time was arrested for contributing to the delinquency of minors because they wouldn't send them to public school. They started their own school and it was illegal for them to do it. Then they went to court and fought. And so a lot of the rights that we have, to talk about parents' rights in education, a lot of those rights that we have came from some of those early struggles in the Nation of Islam to be able to establish separate schools and institutions to teach our children. So it's a great book, y'all. Make sure that you read it.
And you already put it in the chat, so go ahead and grab it.
Yep. A message to the Black men in America.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important.
Yeah.
For us to educate our children.
Real deal.
And do whatever you need to do to save them. Please
and thank you. So we were talking about Maui. Have you seen what's happening with the fires in Maui?
Yes.
That's kind of crazy, right?
It is. So last night before I dozed off, they said that there was 99 dead. They already.
I saw this morning it's up to like 106 or something now.
Right, and they think it's gonna double, because it's possible.
Yeah.
And then the fire has spread it not from Maui over.
It's still burning.
So it went over there to the Big Island.
I don't know what that is.
So Hawaii. So
I know Hawaii.
No.
So I know Maui. And
they got Honolulu. They got the Big Island.
There you go.
So you got like boom, boom, boom.
Like it's like a cluster of islands, and then they got
Hawaii.
So Maui is not the Big Island. Maui is like a part of it.
Yeah.
Have they determined what the cause has been yet? Like, are they saying what?
They didn't say that.
Because that's still like one of those mysteries. And I was reading some articles. I'm on some different sites, and they talked about some things I haven't been able to fully vet yet, so I won't speak on it. But they said this is the deadliest U.S. fire in over 100 years.
Which is crazy. They're finding people in cars. Like, it looks.
2,200 structures were destroyed or damaged. 86% of the damage is done to residential properties. So like most of what was destroyed was people's homes.
Wow. And it looks like it though. And Maui, I know Hawaii is beautiful anyway, but Maui itself is such a beautiful island.
Wow. So pray for the people in Maui. You're probably going to start seeing solicitations for donations. People's going to be asking for money for Maui. So just be mindful of who you give to and how you contribute. Because I know that, it's going to be probably some people that it's unfortunate, y'all, but people like to cash in and try to capitalize on a lot of these things.
Right.
And so just be mindful that when they doing them pray for Maui and donate to give supplies to the relief efforts, make sure that you vet who you giving your money to and don't get caught up in.
And Shayna just said the winds from the hurricanes / storm.
So I heard from the article that I saw, it was talking about how the fire was started and then the winds from the storm is what made it just, obliterate everything. So it was like the winds from the hurricanes was fuel for the storm, but it's still not clear. I mean, on what was the source? Like, was it an arson and it just got away? Was it a lightning strike or something? Like, what actually caused it? But I know it was accelerated by the wind and the hurricanes from what, again, these are articles that I read. So,
and then
y'all can get us that information, please, and thank you.
And you be saying one of the most expensive lands in the country. Maui is.
Ooh. So when they rebuild, look, here's another one of them things, like how they flooded Louisiana.
When they rebuild,
maybe they burned Maui.
So listen.
Oh no,
Maui was already expensive.
Okay.
So imagine what it's going to be when they rebuild.
Expensiver. It's gonna be more expensiver to live out in Maui. That's crazy. All right, so back on stateside, coming back on this side of the was that Pacific? You have to cross the Pacific.
You got to cross the Pacific.
So, Pacific.
Yes,
that's what people be. I'm being Pacific.
I can't say it, and I don't. You never hear like I will butcher it up. And then
Pacific. That's one thing.
Yeah, I can't.
You say Pacific too?
I can't say it. I don't say it.
Okay.
Like I literally find another word other than that.
Other than specific.
Yeah, and you see, I'm not saying it now.
I hear it.
Okay, and you're not gonna get me.
The most expensivest. Yeah, there you go. The most expensivest. Yeah. That's what Shayna's contribution to the word of the day.
But if you ever get a chance to go once it rebuild, amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
You should go.
It's actually higher than jumping out of a plane.
Really?
Yeah. It's higher on the list.
It's higher on the list.
Yeah. It's just, these
but
you
don't
rides,
gotta go to my oh yes.
It's a long ride.
It is a long ride.
Yeah.
I think when I went from here to Detroit.
You went to Detroit to go to Hawaii?
It was the stop. Like, they have like when you fly. So what happened when you fly airlines, they have their hubs.
Yeah.
So to fly to major cities, you have to stop at their hubs. So like Delta,
because that's what
Atlanta.
They're like, yo, we gassing up to take you all the way over.
Right. So they don't go direct if it's not a hub. The hub is where they direct.
Okay.
Spirit, I don't believe have a hub. That's why you can get those direct.
I heard so much bad stuff about Spirit. I just shake my head.
Bad. No, it's not that bad. I fly Spirit.
I seen a picture with some duct tape on the wings.
And let me tell you, everybody be on Spirit. They talk all that mess, but they be on.
They
so
ride
I went
with
from here to Detroit, then Detroit to Honolulu to Maui. And I went to sleep, woke up, went back to sleep, and woke up. Coming back, I went from Maui, Honolulu, LA. So
we flew to California, and it was that's if it's longer than that.
It's longer than that. But from LA to Hawaii is not a long flight.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you right there. You done made it. If you can get to LA, you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's I hear that. So the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, that's what they put in place to replace the Reedy Creek District. This is a part of the DeSantis Disney battle.
Okay, yes.
Okay. And so the new board has basically voted to eliminate all of their diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and programs. This is the press release. I'm just going to read it straight from the press release, y'all. So in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, today, district administrators, this was a couple days ago,
right.
They announced their abolition. Look, they're abolishing these programs too, just the words that they're using, right? So they're going to abolish all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in Central Florida and the Tourism Oversight District. The announcement comes after the Reedy Creek Improvement District implemented hiring programs and contracting programs. Listen to this, Kiana.
I'm listening.
They implemented hiring and contracting programs that discriminated against Americans based on gender, race, and they cost taxpayers millions of dollars. I want you to just put a pin in that and remember that.
Okay.
That the reason that they're abolishing this is because the programs and the practices were discriminating against who?
Americans.
Okay, thank you. So the announcement comes after an internal investigation into the district's policies. The district's DEI committee will be dissolved and any DEI job duties will be eliminated. The district staff will also no longer be permitted to use any staff time to pursue DEI initiatives. Here's the quote. The so-called diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives were advanced during a tenure of the previous board, and they were illegal and simply un-American, said the administrator. Our district will no longer participate in any attempt to divide us by race or advance the notion that we're not created equal. As former head of the Central Florida Urban League, a civil rights organization, I can say definitely that our community thrives only when we work together despite our differences. Under its minority, women, business enterprise, and disadvantaged enterprise programs, the Reedy Creek Improvement District routinely awarded contracts based on racially and gender-driven goals to businesses on the basis of their owners' race and gender. Through the program, they instituted gender and racial quotas to ensure that contractors met the threshold of diversity. This is the problem that they're trying to solve.
To help all Americans, because this is not helping all Americans.
No, this is discriminating against Americans.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so,
these are different. These other people who y'all helping, that's what we got a problem with, because they're saying that the program instituted gender and racial quotas to ensure that contractors met a threshold of diversity. In order to meet these quotas, it is estimated that the district had to pay millions of dollars in order to find businesses who would comply. After entering into a contract, Reedy Creek employees aggressively monitored the contractors' racial and gender practices. So they was making sure that they was actually hiring people of diverse backgrounds.
Right.
But they said that was wasting millions of taxpayer dollars.
America looks like everybody, right?
Look, previous contracts threatened contractors who did not keep up with racial or gender quotas with non-payment and disqualification from future bidding. So this is what the people wanted. They wanted these programs to make sure that people who were disadvantaged, historically disadvantaged, marginalized, minority, women, business enterprises could have an opportunity. And they're saying that because they did that, it's un-American and they ended the program. WTF. Welcome to Florida.
So basically, we say, I just want to give my brother, my nephew, a job, and that's it.
For me, it's the dog whistle of Americans. When you say the program discriminated against Americans because they enforced racial quotas and gender quotas to make sure that
everybody in America, everybody was included.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, when you say it discriminated against Americans, who are Americans?
That's it. So again, you don't think anybody else is American?
Not if you fall into one of these categories that would get you qualified for a, diverse, equitable, and inclusive program.
So it's really easy to discriminate or to go against something when it doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
Right? Or it affects, because this is kind of like, oh, my best friend should have got this job.
Yeah.
But because
y'all have these quotas on diversity, because we actually want our employee and staff pool to look like the community that we're serving, right?
Right.
So in order to do that, we have to, make some considerations for, race and equity. in our hiring practices, which is actually
and
legal.
What happened is
it's not illegal to do that.
It's not, but what
you just have to demonstrate that you have a need, because we did that here. Once you demonstrate that there is a disparity and you're showing that, the opportunities are limited for minorities and women in business, then you can implement programs to correct that.
It's a sad day.
That's what they did. And they said that program that they implemented is discriminated against who?
Americans.
Yeah.
Which it's a sad day when you look at something like this.
Yeah.
It's very sad because you think you go somewhere, Disney's supposed to be the happy place. So you want to, it is.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go there and be, it's supposed to be sunshine, rainbows, and gumdrops, lollipops.
And diversity. I mean,
you see everybody there.
You got unicorns there, for God's sake.
You got black mermaids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just think about all the stuff that they have went and crossed the barriers and the lines to make sure everybody feel included.
Yep. So continuing in that line, because this is a part of the culture wars, right? It's who's not American. Thank you for that, Yubi. So in that same vein, the governor actually suspended another elected official. So somebody who was elected by the people.
The people won.
And they were doing the job that they ran on. So, when you run for office, you usually have a platform.
Right.
And the people, you tell people, like, when I'm in office, this is what I'm going to do.
And the people like it.
So they vote for you to be in office.
And then you
do what you said.
And you're really doing what you say you was going to do.
The governor didn't like that.
You kept your word?
Yeah, you did what you said you was going to do when you was running. The governor said, nah. So on last week, he announced that he was suspending State Attorney Monique Worrell, saying that she neglected her duty. The announcement said that she has been clearly and fundamentally derelict so as to constitute both neglect of duty and incompetence. The state of Florida, Governor DeSantis said, is a law and order state. That's another one of them dog whistles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Refusing to faithfully enforce the laws puts Florida and our communities in danger and victimize the innocent. And so what he did was he put in place Andrew Bain, who's a brother. Well, he's a black man. I say that. He put him over the district in her place. So he suspended her, kind of like he did Andrew Warren in Hillsborough.
Right.
And replaced her with him. So he replaced the black woman with a black man. And then this is what he did. The black man, this is what he did when he got in. Among the, hold on, I'll just start at the top. Interim state attorney Andrew Bain may be planning more changes in the months ahead. He's not waiting to make a few of them immediately. Among them is a temporary suspension of diversity programs previously created by Worrell. Check this out. The basic goal of diversion programs is to help a defendant avoid jail time or having a criminal record if they are and they are created by the state attorney's office. So it's basically helping people who have misdemeanors or you have, small. It's basically helping you keep yourself from getting a record. So you can do these programs to divert you from having a criminal record, because we all know the impacts of a criminal record.
Right. And for something that's a mistake or, but go ahead.
Yeah. So programs help children and teens who are dealing with domestic violence issues get counseling. He basically stopped and suspended all of the diversion programs to, in his words, evaluate their effectiveness. He said, until I evaluate their effectiveness, I'm immediately suspending all state attorney created diversion programs other than the pretrial diversion through the state and county probation. So this whole undoing of diversity programming is...
They're really serious about this.
Yeah, they're really serious about it.
They're really serious about this.
For real. It's unfortunate, man.
And then you see what he did. He put a black person there.
Oh, yeah.
To say, look.
Yeah, it ain't me.
Yeah.
It's bigger than all of us. So, yeah.
I got the job. We didn't need diversity here.
Yeah, we didn't need a program. I got the job because of a program. And now that I got the job, we no longer need the program.
Right,
so,
because you're being used, sir.
Basically closing the door on all things diversity, equity, and inclusion in that office. So
so it's crazy when their children is not included.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard, like we look at it. So because the stay woke, right? You can say their children felt bad. So then they don't want them.
I was thinking about that too, right? What about the history that's being taught made your children feel bad? And if it made them feel bad, then that says more about the history than it does about the teaching of it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, me teaching it ain't bad. It's what you did and what your parents did that was bad. And I'm just telling children and students what happened.
And what you saw is pure innocence.
Yeah.
When the children can realize what you did wasn't right.
Yeah.
And so they carry that like regret for you. And then you have to answer the questions.
That's it.
You don't want to answer and justify why. You can't just say, hey, this was
so
a
you don't
bad
want
time.
you don't want the parents to feel bad because their children coming home saying what y'all did.
Right.
Yeah. And how can we help to undo it?
Why did Papa do this?
Yeah.
Like
you got to justify that
right
these days, and they don't want to do that.
They don't want to
say,
do it. So you know what?
We just ain't gonna teach it.
Erase it, so then we don't have to answer these questions.
Or let's revise it and modify it to say, you know what? Yeah, we did some bad stuff, but they got some wins out of it too.
Yeah.
They developed some skills.
Yeah, that they could, life skills.
Life skills. So we got 7 minutes. Let's do Ask Kiana in the time that we got. Yeah, it's going
all right,
fast.
it is. All right, go ask Kiana.
All right, so dear Kiana,
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to the show on Monday, and I'm writing you because I'm stuck in a difficult situation at work. The environment has turned toxic and it's affecting my well-being. I'm actively job hunting, but there are some things in my background that are making it hard to secure a new job quickly. I'm torn between enduring this unhealthy environment or risking a gap in my employment history. Talking to HR or my superiors seems daunting, and I'm not sure if it would even help. I'm hoping you can share some insights on how to handle this. How can I manage the current work atmosphere while continuing my job search? And do you have any advice on addressing the challenges in my background to improve my job prospects? Thank you for providing a platform where I can seek guidance.
Okay, so I can't tell you what to do about your background because I don't know what your background is.
Okay.
One. So this is adulting at its finest, unfortunately.
Damn.
I mean, it is. Unfortunately, you have responsibility. So being without a job is probably not an option.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't know what your finances is, where you could leave your job and be okay for a
second. Yeah.
Yeah, second.
Like that
but I'm going to tell you, there are options.
Okay.
Until you find a job.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to tell you, I don't know what your driving record is. You can Uber.
Okay.
Uber, you can clock in, clock out when you want. You control your schedule.
That goes back to independent worker day.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's definitely things that you can do in the meantime if this job is being too stressful.
Okay.
For you. A lot of jobs are work at home. I don't know if you're working at home or not, or you're in the office. But make sure in the morning, if you can take a couple of minutes and woosah and meditate, and you determine your outlook in life.
Okay.
So when you go in there, if there's something bad that happened, then look at what happened good. Like, you know what I mean? And it's really hard when you feel like you're being picked on, but I guarantee if you think about it, you can find a lot of good stuff that's happening.
Right.
Don't harp on the negative because that is going to dictate everything else around the job for you.
Right.
And just keep on applying. And if you already have a resume, there are some job coaches out there, resume writers that can actually go and spoop it up and do what they need to do because they know what the people are looking for.
Right.
So there's definitely different avenues. I don't know what type of work you do. Maybe you want to leave that field.
Okay.
What do you have any suggestions?
I'm taking some stuff from the chat. So King Jab said if you feel like HR door is not open, They don't have an open door policy. You can file an EEOC claim. Shayna said utilize the mental health services that her employer offers her.
Yes.
And then Jab again says, and start the documentation process for real. And we had a caller that called in on Monday that talked about that as well. The need to like the stuff that you're dealing with to really keep a log and a track of it. And I think that goes into King Jab's point about
you should,
documentation and filing a claim, because at a certain point, if you got enough documentation,
you can. But people, that's stressful for people.
Yeah, it really is.
It's that's a whole nother stress. It's easier said than done.
Yeah, because most things are.
When you're thinking about going against your job, then you already have it hard.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of me as being an employee somewhere and thinking like, I know I've been mistreated and I want to go hard, but then I know I might get booted out. You know what I mean? But make sure you document everything.
Yep.
If you got to take a couple of minutes to yourself when work to woosah, do that. I would agree with Shayna. I agree with almost everything everybody said over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in the meantime, there's a lot of ways to make money, to be creative out here. So if it's that bad, look at some other avenues, and maybe you need to change the career path.
Oh, and you just inspired this. Maybe, and I know it's going to be more work, but if you reduce your hours and, you're just not there as much, and then the reduction in hours can be made up by some of these gigs, it's like steal away. If you can't just walk away totally and you're not in a position to like fully leave, and you want to test the waters on some of this independent work, then, see if you can change your schedule, see if you can reduce your hours, and then, maybe do some of these gigs to see if it'll offset. And then if it pop, put in your notice and bounce.
And, keep on putting the applications into the city. The city hire everybody.
Yeah, the city hire them. They hire them bad. I got thoughts on that. We'll talk about it another time. Okay. I want to make sure that we get this in. So last thing, and then we got to do final thoughts and get up out of here. So the St. Pete Police Department is now accepting applications for its annual forfeiture fund grant. This is a program that they are running. The grant actually is open until August 23rd. The purpose of the program is to provide financial support to groups and associations and nonprofits that have a 501c3 or C4 designation. The funds are intended to support projects or programs that address at least one of the following areas: neighborhood safety, crime prevention, drug abuse education, drug abuse prevention, drug abuse treatment, and school resource officer programs. The asset forfeiture funds come from the seizure of money or assets that were involved in criminal activity. Applications are now being accepted. And so you can go to police.stpete.org/forfeiture grant, and you'll be able to get information and you can learn how to apply. So for any nonprofits that are looking for some resources, and I read that one because it's one of the easier grants to get. It's not a lot of money, but it is something that can help support your programming. And then I'll put a link in the chat about some of these other resources, because the Foundation for Healthy St. Pete has a grant portal that they're doing. There's some community listing hub stuff that's going on. So there's some resources out here, y'all. You just gotta, tap in, get your paperwork right, and make it happen.
That's it.
Final thoughts. There's more that need to be done, need to be said. Sister Hughes is coming up next.
I'm with you on be the change you want to be. Let's see. Write down those 5 things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next, Sister Hughes, make you lose your shoes. Shout out around the house. So y'all stay tuned, man. It's been wonderful. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
We out.
99 Jams.